What's up, guys? I'm going to try something a little bit different today, and you'll see by the end of it. The topic at hand today was, what was the worst part about narcissistic abuse? Out of all the terrible things, if you had to pick one thing. And for me, that was the destruction of hope. Before the narcissist, if I had an upcoming event, I was very, excited about it. Looking forward at all the possibilities it could bring, how much fun I was going to have, who was going to be there, who might I meet, always, it's definitely the type of person that was looking forward to the future. Flash forward to maybe like a year, a little bit more into the narcissistic relationship, the future became very ominous. Why? Because at that point, I had learned the habits and the tendencies of a narcissist enough to know that bad things were going to happen. To be bluntly honest, bad things were going to happen. So if I had a party coming up, next weekend, and all my friends were going to be there, it wasn't looking forward to it and going, oh, I'm going to have so much fun. It was more of an anxiety of going, oh God, what's she going to do? How am I going to work this one out? How am I going to deal with this? How am I going to cope with this? And I went for any event, events that she would invite me to. I was like, it wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to go have fun with my girlfriend. This is great. It was like, oh, fuck, who's she going to flirt with in front of me this time? Whose number is she going to get? Who's she going to be, like, smoozing behind my back? When's she going to blow up and make a fool out of us? Is she going to get too drunk and cause a scene? It really became just ridiculous, really, and overwhelming. I would like to have, I guess I would have to say all inspiring, but it's such a wrong term, but it was kind of true, as soon as an event was mentioned, it was immediately worrying about, oh fuck, what's going to happen this time. I lost that part of myself that actually looked forward to things, and it was solely because of her, and solely because of the way she acted in public and the things she did. I could no longer look forward to anything. If we were hanging out one night and she's like, hey, let's go to the bar down the road and just have a couple of drinks, the old me would be like, hell yeah, let's do it. The me around her was like, fuck, okay, what's going to happen? Prepare yourself, get ready, something bad's going to happen, so it really took a lot of life out of me. And I think, for me, that was just the worst part, because when you lose hope for the future, the world really becomes a terrible, ugly place. And people might wonder, well, was that your fault? And it was totally not my fault. It was just, you put two and two together. After, a year of every single event being ruined, certainly you're going to learn that bad things happen when you go to events or do things with this person. Even vacations and stuff, I've mentioned this before, there's no reason a 28-year-old male should not be completely ecstatic about going on vacation with his girlfriend. If we had a vacation planned, it was like going to a funeral. It was like something's really bad. What's going to be ruined this time? Well, how am I going to deal with this? With all that being said, it definitely, that specific aspect led a lot into substance abuse, mostly, not mostly, just basically alcohol, really. It was my way to self-medicate that anxiety, that way to just cope, really. it even went into simpler things. Even if I knew she was coming over, like just to spend the night and watch a movie, I was like, fuck, well, what's, I just had that constant anxiety and questioning of what's going to happen this time, what's going to happen this time, what's going to happen this time. Um, I started drinking a lot just to cope with that. In the beginning, I remember her saying, "Yeah, I'm going to come over tonight," and I'd get off work and I'd rush to the gas station and get the highest alcohol content drinks I could find and just chug them before she got here so I could like be a little bit relaxed around her because I just never fucking knew what was going to happen. Um, so and that was, you boil that down to its core essence. It was stealing away your hope and your outlook towards the future. Just became so fucking different. Um, it's coming back now. Now when I go to events, I get excited again, and I'm like, wondering who I might meet and what cool might happen. I'm not like, just completely distraught about the future anymore. And that goes with more than events. It had to do with it just, your work outlook. If you're looking for new jobs, it wasn't like, yeah, I'm getting a new job, awesome. It was like, how's she gonna fuck this up? Like, is she gonna, if I bring her to, if she comes around work, is she gonna be flirting with my boss? She's done that before. If there's women that work there, is she gonna start a fight with me every day because there's other women involved? It was just every single facet of the future was just destroyed in the most awful way. And I know that all of y'all understand this that have been through it. But to me, that was the worst aspect of it all. All the gaslighting, all the lying, all the infidelity, and all the other bullshit becomes secondary to that. One of my favorite quotes, I've said it before, is a man can live 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, but not a moment without hope. And that is so, so true. When hope is taken out of your life, you become depressed. When hope is removed, you become, with no hope, there's no reason to live. It just can't. The only hope that I ever had was that maybe she would change, and at some point you obviously realize that that was not going to happen. So this video was inspired by my favorite Buddhist monk, Ajahn Brahm. He does talks. And I want you, after watching this video, to watch the talk that inspired this, which was actually about hope. And if you do not see a correlation with narcissistic abuse, then I just don't know what to tell you. Maybe you are a very, very simple person, but you will. I want to start sharing some of that stuff that helped me along the way. His videos were extremely helpful. So I'm going to share that link with you. It's about an hour long, but trust me, it is totally, totally, totally worth it. Especially if you're still in the throes of all this stuff, because if only for a little while, it gives you just a little bit of peace. And afterwards, it really shows you a lot of, it just reflects on a lot of all this stuff. So I'm going to post that link below. Please watch it. Do yourself a favor. And I'll talk to y'all later.